This is Algebra 1, Lesson 10-3, the zero product property. Today's date is Wednesday, it's actually April 1st, 2020. Today's objective is to use the zero product property to find all solutions to an equation with the product of linear expressions. Linear meaning I always have an x, not an x squared or anything like that. So first, some vocabulary. I don't need all four of these. I technically only need two of them. We're dealing today with functions and we're dealing with equations. So this one we'll eventually see, and this one we've already dealt with, I suppose. But I want to use the same word over and over in different contexts. So these are basically all synonyms, just in a different situation. So if I have a function, then functions have zeros. Graphs have x-intercepts. Equations have solutions, and expressions have roots. These all sound like they're different names, very maybe unrelated to you, but they're the same thing in mathematics, especially when it comes to quadratics. Again, we're dealing with functions, so when I say down here in example 2, find the zeros, I'm really asking for just set this thing equal to 0 and then solve to find the solution. Let's talk about the zero product property. If I have one quantity times another quantity, and I know that if I multiply them together and I get 0, then that means two things. When a is equal to 0, if a is equal to 0, that is a solution, because 0 times anything, I don't care what that anything is 0. Another solution is b is equal to 0. Because b is equal to 0 is a solution, since a could be anything, it doesn't matter. So I have to set both of these parts equal to 0, because those are both solutions that make this product 0. That's it. So let's apply it. So if I have two things being multiplied together, I have this x plus 3 times this 2x minus 6, one block times another block, set equal to 0. I'm going to set the first block equal to 0. So if this x plus 3 is 0, that's a solution, and then this 2x minus 6 is also a solution. And then I solve each of them. From here, I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides, subtract 3, and that's going to give me x is equal to -3, which is one of the two solutions. On this side, I'm going to add 6 to both sides, add 6. The 6 is going to cancel out. I'm left with 2x. 2x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, and x is equal to 3, which is the second solution. I'll make a note on Khan Academy, you have to list the smaller value. And I don't like the word smaller. I think of it as the most negative term first, so I would list the -3 first and then the +3. Example number 2, find the zeros of the function. A little bit harder, but essentially I just swap that f of x out for a 0, because that's what it means to find a 0. So I say now 0 is equal to the same thing. So I'll rewrite it -5x plus 1 times the quantity of 3x plus 7. And then I use the zero product property, which states that this -5x plus 1 is 0. For one of the solutions, and the other solution is 3x plus 7 is equal to 0 for the second solution. And then solve each of these, right? So subtract 1 on both sides, subtract 1 on both sides, and I get -5x is equal to -1. And then from here I need to divide both sides by -5, divide by -5, and x is equal to positive now. Divided by a negative is a positive, so positive 1/5. That is one of the two solutions. Let's solve the other equation as well. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and that's going to get rid of the 7, just like that. Okay, got rid of the 1. This is now 3x is equal to -7. Divide both sides by 3, divide by 3, and that cancels out the 3's, just like that cancels out the negative and the 5. This is equal to x. X is equal to -7/3. Final answer, and box it. Which of these is smaller in terms of Khan Academy? I'm doing air quotes, but you can't see me. This one is smaller because it is more negative. So that's the one I would list first. That concludes Algebra 1 Notes 10-3. I'll see you guys tomorrow.